Hello Penguinauts, I'm the Beardy Penguin and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Fall of Kerbin. Kerthenia's days are truly numbered. Our tank forces are fast approaching Kerthenia's heart and the mighty battle for that city is about to commence next turn. However, before we send our tanks into the inevitable bloodbath that the final battle is going to be, we need to eradicate the Kerthenian Air Force once and for all with a final decisive blow. So we're just using Springwood as a forward operating base, much to the annoyance of the citizens, I'm sure, well, those that haven't been bombed to pieces or evacuated to Kerthenia's heart. And now we're going to destroy Kerthenian air power for good. There's the Kerthenia's heart aerodrome with 6 S6F Sparrows defending the airspace, a mere 6 against our 11 T10 kites, and once we've eradicated these we'll have complete air superiority. Tape doesn't have the industry to produce aircraft anymore. Kerthenia's Valley, that was his last aircraft sort of manufactory, so once we've taken these aircraft out, he's done. He is going to use the launchers, however, to launch more ground units. We're changing the rules up quite a bit for the final battle. It's actually going to be a multi-turn sort of event. It's going to be freaking awesome with some pretty brutal street-to-street fighting, and I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. But without any further ado, the S6F Sparrows are taking off, and now it's time to turn around and engage them. We're going in head on, and sure enough the 30mm rounds are filling the air, and it's time to start racking up some kills. We're actually controlling our fighters manually, just because I thought, well, it's our final dogfight, so we might as well make it count. So here we go, using mouse aim flight now that it's not glitching out anymore, and here we go. We're going to start taking some pot shots at the Kerthenian fighters. As we know, S6F Sparrows are very competent fighter aircraft. They're much more maneuverable than our kites. However, our kites are much faster. We've got a much more sleek aerodynamic fuselage, and we have a slightly more powerful engine, even though it is a lot less efficient. But sure enough, the maneuverability of Tape's aircraft is certainly giving them an edge, and sure enough we have one on our tail pretty much immediately before we can really get too many shots onto any Kerthenian aircraft. So we're trying to shake him, but this is where our numerical superiority really comes into play, because as soon as we have an aircraft on our tail, sure enough we have a wingman to come in, fire a few pot shots at him and get them to break off. So we don't actually have to worry all that much about dodging enemy fire, because our wingmen are pretty much going to take care of it. And sure enough we've caught a Kerthenian fighter. Our superior speed allows us to close in, open fire, and BAM! First kill of the dogfight. Down goes a Sparrow. Look at that. Has there ever been a more beautiful sight? Well, maybe Springwood burning. That was a pretty beautiful sight. Kerthenia's heart's going to be an even more beautiful sight. Sorry, I'm sounding very, very evil right now, aren't I? The fire of revolution has swept through Kerthenia, and surely they can't resist for much longer. Now their aircraft are certainly on the defensive. We've got multiple aircraft on each one. They are still putting up quite a decent fight though, and they've actually taken down one of our aircraft already, so they're not completely defenseless. Kerthenian pilots, you know, credit where credit's due, they're still giving a good fight, and they do get a few shots onto us. They knock off our decals, which is particularly insulting, but we pull a pretty high G maneuver, a split S, and we just about managed to break away long enough for one of our wingmen to go in and chase him off. But he doesn't give up the chase. The superior maneuverability allows him to outturn our wingman, and now we're throwing our aircraft around the sky, trying to avoid 30mm rounds just arcing towards us. Just a few of those need to hit us before our aircraft get torn in two, so we're out on a limb here, but thankfully his guns jammed just as he lines up the kill shot on us. He's been firing his guns for too much and they've overheated, and he breaks away. We would have been dead meat there if his guns hadn't jammed, thank God, because there's no way you can outturn a Sparrow. Once a Sparrow is on your tail, you're dead. Okay, the superior maneuverability of these things really is a decisive factor, but sure enough, he gets blown out of the sky by one of our wingmen, and now there's so few of them left to just 10 kites versus just a mere handful of aircraft. Even with their superior maneuverability, there's very, very little they can do. I made quite a few mistakes here, trying to actually outturn them while they're on my tail. I should have just gone straight forward, flown in a straight line and tried to out-accelerate them, because sure enough we can reach a higher top speed than the Sparrows. But yeah, it's who said I was a great pilot? And here we go. One of the last Sparrows actually managed to get onto our tail here, and again I'm trying to outturn him, which you're just never going to be able to do. But what I do is I do manage to keep him distracted for long enough for one of my wingmen to fly in and take him out, and there we go. That's the last Sparrow. The only one that's left is one that's actually lost its engine and it's just spiralling into the ground, but we take a few pot shots at it anyway just for sport, and there we have it. The Kerthenian Air Force lies in ruin, and now we have completely uncontested air supremacy over the Kerthenian dogs. We're not actually going to use that air supremacy though, because let's be honest, what's more entertaining? A massive, brutal street fighting finale with hundreds of, well not hundreds, but quite a lot of tanks, or us strafing out tanks in a city. No, we're not actually going to be bombing Tape's tanks and such, mainly because our finale, well, we want to have a massive tank battle, don't we? And also we don't even have the numbers to do it. Remember we lost a third of our air force last time strafing out Kerthenia's valley. We don't have the numbers to do that again, and Tape has got much stronger anti-aircraft defences around Kerthenia's heart than he did around Kerthenia's valley, so we wouldn't even be able to do it even if we wanted to. But here we have it, our mighty tank force, our LF7 super heavy tank, the Anaconda, 2 PT-5 Adders and 7 SM-15 Ninias. We also have 3 supply units because of course we're going to be taking a lot of damage when we head into that city, and we're going to need some units to patch up our tanks as they fight. As I said, we're changing the rules quite a bit, so Tape will be able to launch 2 turns worth of tanks on this turn to dig in and really get a perfect very, very tough defense around Kerthenia's valley, and we're going to try and storm it. And then what we're going to be doing is launching half our turns worth of units at the beginning of the turn and attacking with those, and then half our turns units at the end of the turn to secure the territory that we've captured. But we have twice as many points to play with now, so yeah, it's going to be pretty brutal. But that's not all that's going to be happening next turn, because of course Eltamar is still supplying Kerthenia with convoys and aid, and we cannot allow this. If Tape gets a lot more aid, he's going to be able to dig in Kerthenia's heart even more and infest it with anti-tank guns and a whole plethora of nasty things. And Eltamar's not stupid. They've actually been avoiding the main shipping lanes, which we've now mined to absolute high heaven, and are also frequently patrolled by our submarine patrols, and they're sneaking convoys through the Lodny Strait with the permission of Veloxia. In order to deal with this, we've deployed the KUS Augustine, a Fjordland class battleship with 8 15-inch guns, and an accompanying heavy cruiser, the KUS John Murphy, a Magellanic class with 8 8-inch guns, and they've sealed off the Lodny Strait. If Tape wants to get any supplies through here now, he's going to have to take on these ships head on. So we should have a pretty awesome battle next turn. But this is the end of the episode, so thank you for watching, everyone. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're looking forward to the Battle of the Lodny Strait next turn and the Battle of Kerthenia's Heart in the next episode. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I will see you all next time.